Hello, my loves. I'm Stasha, the period coach, and I'm here today to talk to you about the red tent, one of our sacred duties as women in a good way, and how our cycle is part of this and how we're applying it to today. Okay, so stick with me on this one. Back in the day, when I was a teenager, back in the day, but like way back in the day, when there were red tents and moon lodges and moon huts and these very sacred spaces that women were not driven to in a negative way, were not put away because they were thought of as less than or dirty or something like that. But these sacred spaces that women went to during their bleed was what the tribe thought or hoped would be the time that women brought back a message for the village. Women went to this space. We're just going to say the red tent for lack of going through the whole process every time. Women went to the red tent. The entire community bled together. Possible exceptions here and there, and there's definitely writings on that. But for the most part, women all bled together. They bled with the new moon. Our body is linked through light. Turns out it really works. But we went to the red tent. And the idea is that we would come back from the red tent with a vision, with a message for the tribe, perhaps a change in direction, or maybe something we needed to do, maybe an idea on brokering peace or going to war. But we came back with the message for our village, for our tribe, for our people, what they needed to know. It was considered the sacred time of communing with the gods, the universe, nature, whatever that particular area really believed. But it was a sacred duty. And we now know that during the menstrual phase, the synapses between the left and the right hemisphere of the brain for women fire the most. So we know that we have great objectivity. We can see the logic and the creative. We can answer big questions like why very well. We can see the big picture. So when we look at what does our tribe need, we can answer that question much more competently at that time, especially when you have a group of women all together, all wanting the best for their community, right? Safety and survival, using all of this amazing brain power to do that. I'm getting chills just even thinking about it. So we had this amazing opportunity to do this, and it was respected and appreciated and desired by the tribe. So removing ourselves wasn't a punishment. It was really for the best of everybody involved. And I laugh a little bit because I imagine the women back in the day kind of giggling as they, walked hand in hand and arm down to the tent and just, kind of tossing a, hey guys, don't burn down the village while we're gone over their shoulders. Really looking forward to this experience. And I think that that's true today in my experience with red tents, going to the red tents. A lot of times we as women feel just an amazing sense of community. And we do have this a little bit of like escape, like, oh God, going home kind of feeling like we're escaping. We're going to this place where we can be, where we can think big thoughts, where we can dream big dreams, where we'll be supported and encouraged by the members of our tribe, which I really love the idea of all of that and community, but we'll get into that on a different video. But for the sake of this one, what does that mean for us today, right? Because this is what I like to do. End this taboo, bring that ancient back to modern. And here's the thing. We still have that capability. Our brains still make that connection. We still get very objective, creative, logical. We can think really well. We know that our gut has brain cells in it, the same amount of brain cells as a cat. We know that our gut has brain cells in it. It thinks. And we know that our nervous system mostly responds up to our brain. It's not so much our brain telling everything else what to do as our bodies absorbing all of the stimuli and pulling it up into our brain and our brain interpreting it. So We know how connected we are. We know that our gut instinct, our womb instinct is all there. It's communicating very well with our brain. Our brain, both hemispheres are really hitting it off. So this is the time that we should be spending thinking those big thoughts, dreaming those big dreams, and really honoring what our major goal is. It used to be survival, as much thriving as possible for the tribe, right? That's what we sat down to think about every month. How can we help our tribe thrive and survive? Now, how are you going to do that? What is your purpose here on this planet? For the most part, if you're watching this video, the odds are that you are not worried so much about survival. You are surviving. You have a way to survive. Worst case scenario, you crash with friends or family. So most of you watching this aren't so much concerned with survival as you are with thriving. How are you doing that? Now, I know my people, and if you're watching this, odds are you're probably one of my people. You want to give something back. You want this world to be a better place. You want to feel good about what you're doing in it. You want to help the world as a whole, your tribe, so to speak, as a whole thrive. So, there's got to be a way to do that, right? You feel it. There's got to be a way to make that happen. You've got a purpose on this planet, a way to do that. How are you doing it? During this time, during the sacred flow, it's the perfect time to really sit with that question. What am I on this planet to do? Commune with it. Even if you think you know, always take a little bit of time, because you know what? It changes. You achieve goals. You come up with new ideas. You get more specific or more into an alignment with yourself. What I started out doing as hormonal balance for females, well, really athletes. I started out with athletic coaching and then moved into hormonal balance for female athletes. And then just went, God, we all need hormonal balance. Forget it, like just hormonal balance in general. And then I really realized that we all need that, but what we really need to do is get rid of this taboo on a very basic level. We need to get rid of this taboo. That took me years. And I spent that time in this flow, really honing it down and honing it down and honing it down. Community was a big part of it. I couldn't have gotten here without my community, but honing that flow and really feeling into it. And I'm sure that it will evolve again. So never discount this time. Now, the second thing you're going to ask yourself is, okay, am I doing that? Are the actions that I'm taking on a daily basis really honoring that sacred duty that I feel that I have? Is this how I'm changing, this desire to change the world in this way? Am I doing it that way? Or am I wasting time and resources with other things, little procrastinating tasks, little busy works here and there that aren't really things that you should be investing your time and energy in? And I don't mean this in a way like you need to hire a VA and make sure that you're not wasting your time doing this little nonsense work. I don't have a VA. I do all the little nonsense work, and that's okay because I love what I do. I've expanded my concept of time. It's not all going to get done today, but I want to make this impact and I need to do these things. I mean busy work like checking out Facebook, perfecting that Instagram post for the 18th time, rewriting your elevator speech for the 50th time, redoing your website again and again and again. You know what? All of these things are going to be done. They're going to be refined. They're going to be changed and shifted, but organically with your growth, even if it's not a monetary growth, just as you get more into it and you realize what's going on, a growth. So step back for a second, take some time during your menstrual phase, during your period, and really sit with these questions. What is my purpose here on earth? Why am I here? Why? And is the stuff that I'm doing really in that divine space, or is it just cosmic busy work? And then ask yourself, what can I be doing to really be affecting this change? Really? Okay? All right. I have some freebies for you. Absolutely. I hope you grab them down below. I'm absolutely going to be doing webinars on all of this stuff, bigger ones, better ones. So please make sure you click the links below so that you're in my classes. They're big, longer versions of this. And of course, YBYF will be coming up. So if you are involved or haven't been involved and you'd like to be involved, make sure you sign up for the webinar so you can get some free previews of what's coming up. And as always, you get an awesome gift for signing up. So definitely, if you don't have the Enter the Red Circle fan, we'll have that for you, as well as maybe a few little odds and ends, all right? All right, cool. Check the links below. You'll get all the details there. And I cannot wait to see you inside.